Lend me your ears. Lend me your ears.
Now we borrowed every track. Now we borrowed every track. Now we borrowed every track. Now we borrowed every. Now we borrowed every. Now we borrowed every. Now we borrowed every track. I'm a monster.
Welcome! Excuse me. Like I was fine up until that point. So, I've got the PlayStation controller plugged in again, and I've moved the Bluetooth dongle closer, so it shouldn't actually disconnect, which will make a change. Anyway, we're playing Need for Speed Heat, because I installed it earlier, and I can't work out if I like it or not. So obviously of the 3 starter cars, I chose the Ford. For some reason it didn't have the front grille on either. That confused me. So I did that. Also, yes, I'm offline. For one reason. Games like this really, really piss me off. With the constant nagging about being online. Ubisoft did the same thing in Ghost Recon. The constant nagging about being online and do you want people to join your party and do you want to invite people? No, I don't. I just want to sit and play the game and enjoy the game that I spent my money on. I don't want to play it with other people. If I did, I'd have bought a multiplayer game. Or I'd choose the multiplayer option. Stop nagging me to play online. But anyway, I played like a couple of hours and created... Come on. There we go. So I created this.
Interesting town.
Nice stretched flag. And then I decided that there was a load of police stuff, so I added that. There's a little lump that I don't think you can see on the stream, actually. But there's a little lump. Oh. That camera wasn't recording. there is a little lump just inside of the words police, just to the right hand side between the word Mustang and police in that red bar. That really upsets me. But I had to make that bar out of like 4 different pieces, so I don't think I did too bad. But yeah, I just saw the police stuff and thought I'd throw that in. I did the Toyo tyres on the back window. I did the speed hunters to the front. And yeah, I put the front grille back on. Made it proper. Oh, what's this bloody arsehole doing? That's me, by the way. Oh, the license plate is, you know, maybe we should change that. We'll just change that to... Really? How short do they want this? Fine. There you go. That's more friendly, isn't it? I think we can actually get away with that one. A little bit more than an FU on the back of the seat. On the back of the car. This I really need to sort this headphone wire out at some point. So yeah. See if see how loud this is actually going. Oh good. You stand half a chance of being able to hear how beefy that is. So yeah, I had to move the Bluetooth dongle. Let's get out of the garage actually before I start talking.
If I were you, I would
Go
hit the
Dave.
streets at night. Remember, you're only spending bank on that ride if you've got a name.
I could just buy things anyway without a name. That's how shops work. You don't go into bloody Primark, do you? And they go, I don't know who you are. Please leave. But yeah, so I spent like a couple of hours on it. I've forgotten what I was saying before that. I'm sure it was really fascinating, whatever I was saying. Yeah, I spent a couple of hours on this earlier. And can't work out if I like it or not. I have turned some of my settings down. Tried to keep it looking as good as I can, but I've also turned a lot of them down just so that, you know, it runs smoother. That's what I was doing. I was going around doing all these races. I'm trying to not let the map become a Ubisoft map with a million different markers just splattered everywhere across it for no reason. I'm trying to get it to the point where it's just like, you know, the main mission and that's it. So I do have some complaints with this game already though. To initiate a drift, you sort of lift the trigger and tap it down again. Sort of like a lift tap hold. Here you go, I'll try and do it on this corner. There you go. That's how you drift. No need for a handbrake or anything like that. That annoys me. Also, the soundtrack is shite. And there's no switching things. You can skip to the next track and there's only about 5 tracks. Both 5 tracks for the daytime and 5 tracks for the night. So if you don't like sort of that Latin vibe and beat, then the daytime music is shite for you. If you don't like the most generic EDM stuff you can get, like I mean more generic than I'm just going to let them drive off a minute. There we go. We'll switch to EDM on there as well. But if you don't like, there's Chase and Status, there's one track by them, and the rest of them, I have no idea who any of them are. And that's the nighttime for you. It's the worst soundtrack ever. Like, the first Most Wanted game had everything. It had Executioners, it had a bit of Cell Dweller in there with the Executioners, but, you know, there was like a bit of everything for everyone. You wanted hip-hop, it was there. You wanted rap, it was there. You want metal? Well, there you go, it was there. Standard rock, that was there. Everything you could want was on that soundtrack. And now it feels like EA tend to license out music just for The Sims. And you're like, well, why not set the deal to, you know, why not license the music for more than one game? Because think about it, even if they licensed out all of the songs from The Sims for this game, that would still be a better mix of music than what they've put in. Because at least there'd be a bit of everything. Plus the fact that they've already got that system in place to select music that plays throughout a game in The Sims. So why not bring that choice system over to this? And give me the choice of turning all of the crap songs off. And yeah, I'd probably be left with like 1 or 2 tracks and that's it. But still, at least I wouldn't have to hear the rubbish music that this game throws at you constantly. Which is another reason why I'm playing it on the stream, so that I can listen to Pretzel Rocks while I'm playing it. Also, in the 2 hours we've gone to... It turns out we're level 10 now. I didn't know that until the main menu told me. But I sort of just upgraded the car with all the best bits that were available at the time. And what we could afford, so... We've got a fairly good car. I think it's like 172 on the speed point thing. And this race's suggested level is, I think, 120-ish, so... That's how early in the game we are, though. We're doing races that, you know, are still quite early on. Because cars come at a stock of about 110-ish. From what I could tell. Hey, look, there's the guy who's in 8th. We win. So yeah, what's playing now is actually a lot better than the music in this. I didn't tell you to fire that, did I? Okay, next. There you go. Recommended 200. Oh, we're 206 now, it turns out. Okay, let's go. Oh, there you go. We got 1 star on that as well. That's always fun. That was floating in midair. Oh. Oh no, we're going the right way. Turns out that tree was made out of paper, it seems. Yeah, if you didn't have like the main menu defaulting to online and stuff like that, and like a rubbish soundtrack, shoddy controls, fairly poor handling, but you can kind of get used to vehicle handling. I find I eventually get used to Ubisoft driving physics, so getting used to EA driving physics is the same thing. Sort of you play for a while and you figure it out. What it handles like, I just thought, it handles as if you've taken GTA 4's handling physics and sort of stuck them in tar, and they were already fairly boaty. It's like a heavier version of GTA 4, which is impressive in the wrong way. Because I didn't mind GTA 4's driving physics. To me, that was fine. Because you never really did anything that fast. In GTA 4, you couldn't really get the speed up in many places. So having heavy physics wasn't a bad thing. Whereas this game is literally designed around you go fast. Go fast, do thing. And yeah. Having heavy physics in this just doesn't feel right. Another similarity to GTA 4 though, is the annoying people when you're driving around. I'm amazed we've not been interrupted that time. But every other time I've been driving in this game, I've had someone going, "Oh, have you gone out to the country and looked at that yet?" Whilst I was driving in the country. It was a pain in the backside. Look at that. Person in 8th place's name is Brew. Roadkill. Gunner. Such bell end names. Gunner isn't. I'll give him that. Gunner is a name that I have heard, like, normally. But why they couldn't be called, like, Dave instead of Silver? I don't know. I want a new car. I want a Subaru. I made the mistake of going to the auto dealership to take a look at what cars were in there. There are 2 Mitsubishi Lancers, but there are also 2 Subarus. The BRZ does not count as a Subaru. I can't remember, the last time I referred to the BRZ, I referred to it as, I think I said Toyota, but it's really a Honda, I think, or it might be the other way around. I might have said Honda and it might be a Toyota. Either way, it's not a Subaru. It just isn't. I was wondering why we had, like, weird... Oh, there we go. I was wondering why we had weird shadows under our car then, and I just remembered I've turned the shadow quality down a bit. Oh yeah, we're only 7 above what we should be for this. That'll be why I'm finding it a bit more challenging to get near these 2. We got another lap though, we're alright. But yeah. There's a seam in the sky right in front of me. You'll probably see that one on the highlights. Well, that's very distracting. And that kind of shows you what this entire game is. It's one of those where I should be concentrating on the driving, and instead I'm staring at the sky, looking at the seam in it. But, again, just like Grid did, I have a feeling that I'll probably play this off stream. That was a bad corner. To be honest, in this game, I don't mind coming second. No. No. Why? Oh, look at him with his stupid bloody neons. No. No! Get back. Oh, we've caught up to the rest of the pack. There we go, second. I won every race off stream. Every single... Well, no. Minus the first race, I won every race. As soon as I start streaming, second. Jesus. Okay. Where to next? That one's closest. This way. Tell you what, they take down the stands quickly, don't they? Also, there's no, like, tornado in this, is there? That section of road reminds me of... Which one is it? Rivals? Is it? The one where you've got the police cars and... There you go. Pestering me. I'm not in downtown. I'm in the hills. Yeah, it reminds me of that place. Was it Rock? No, Rockport was Most Wanted, wasn't it? And I don't think it was Rivals, actually. I might have been. Which Need for Speed game had you playing as both the police and as street racers? Was it Rivals? I know I sank a lot of hours into the game. Whatever one it was. But it always annoyed me, the fact that I couldn't always be in the same vehicle. Because I like to get a vehicle, customize it to how I want it, and then stay in that vehicle. I don't like this nonsense of changing vehicle every 2 minutes. I didn't actually bother reading that. I should probably have read it. See what level we were supposed to be for it. What I'm going to do is... Let's go turn that heater off for a minute. We'll be back in a moment. I have returned. I just realised that the game's been recording, so that's a load of space on that hard drive that's gone. And this one's been recording, and so's the normal camera. Ah well, we're fine. Right then, where were we? I've forgotten what we were doing. Oh, why was that in the middle of the road? Okay, here we go. Oh. Yeah, so another thing that's annoys me about this game, apart from the magically disappearing cat's eyes, that I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the stream because of compression, but when you get the double cat's eyes, it seems as though they disappear when you get close to them, which is weird. Although maybe that's just them trying to emulate the effect of the light going above the cat's eye and not illuminating it anymore. Maybe that's what they're doing. But yeah, another thing that annoys me is that map. Because it looks like you've come up to a corner, when really you are nowhere near the corner. And that makes it so difficult to navigate anywhere. Like, your markers don't seem to sit in the right place on it, or anything like that. But to counter that point, one of the things I do love about this game are the reflections. Because my god, do they look good. Even the reflections on the slightly wet surface, not where the puddles are, is amazing. Just that slight gleam. Just take a look in a minute when I fire up the NOS, because that was the one that caught my eye first. I fired the NOS the first time I was on it, and ready? Look at that. That wasn't the best example. That one was pretty rubbish. I think we're catching these guys up slightly. Oh no, he's pulled away again. Yeah, we need a new car. Okay, we'll try and do it where it's darker pavement. There we go, our NOS is charged anyway. Come on, come on. Let's go. Okay, we don't want to do it on that bit, we want to do it a bit further up where there's more of the dark pavement. Instead of just a little patch of it. There you go. Oh. Come on. Come on. But look at the reflections though. I mean, even though this is all hipster new, oh look, we've got LEDs and we can put them on everything. Look at the reflections on the back of the car as well. Like, it is nice looking, this game, apart from one of the bushes. One of the bushes seems to be heavily, like, pixelized, like, graphics for it. It's really weird. But yeah, it just seems to be a really nice looking game. Well, we took that spot. I don't know if we're going to keep it to the end, but if we do, we're going to finish in second. And that's quite good. It's especially good for us. But how good does this car look? I'm so impressed with it. Come on, come on, come on. Second. Yes. That'll do for me. Happy with that. Aye. Get in. Does look nice though. I was impressed that I did that in about an hour on the game. Okay. Let's go there. Is that this way? Yes, it is. But I wanted to check. Yep, that's working. Good. Sod going down that. Oh. Oh, that one actually made my stomach go funny. Oh, God. I should stop, but... Oh. Well, there you go. That got me to stop, didn't it? Come on, Paul. Same way you get out of the sand traps on any racing game you ever play. Oh, sod that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. 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 Okay. Begin. Oh yeah, I've also changed the HUD. That's another thing I've changed. To add that little scoop. It was the most modest of the, like, 2 modified ones that we could have. So another thing, this story to the game, I tried to watch a couple of cutscenes at the beginning to try and get a gist of it. No idea. There's an annoying guy who you got your car off, and then he's got an equally annoying sister who's like uber lad, and you're just like, shut the fuck up. I was going to wear the anti-lad shirt, but it's in the wash. I feel like she's just totally uber lad. And then he's just a bellend. So both of them are equally unlikable. The issue is, I think I'm meant to like them. Like I say, one of them's the guy you meet first and gives you this car. And it's the first garage you stay in and all that shite. And then you bump into his sister. Just so happens. She reminds me of the twins from Far Cry New Dawn. That kind of irritating. Just easily excitable. That was a bad corner. I'm hoping that that changes the way the NOS works. Because at the minute, I press the button, it fires all of the NOS at once. Don't like that. I like to have control over it. I want to be able to, like, give a little tap of NOS as I'm coming out of a corner, just to kick the car straight, and then still have enough for, you know, if you started to get busted, you'd still have enough to sort of kick yourself forwards just enough and get your speed up to where it stops the busted bar thing. Because for some reason, rolling forwards, they can still arrest you. Go figure. We are coming up to 1 mile ahead of second place right now. By the way, this is the first in like a... Uh-oh. Oh shit, it's gonna make me go back for it. There you go. Look, it just did it then. If I could have control over my NOS, I'd have been able to do that easily. Also, at least that guy's a mile behind us. He's still over half a mile behind us, so we're alright. That's why I like being this far ahead, and why I always like my car to be that much better than everyone else's. Look, there he is. He's just coming across this bit. But I like my car to be that much better than everyone else's, just so that I always have that much time to play with. So yeah, as I was saying, this is going to be the first in like a series of sort of live on air review things. So as I said, I only played enough to get the game set up to where we could actually just come in and start playing the game. So I chose the character, did about 2 days and 2 nights worth of races, clearing the map, and now we're at the point where the day's got like 8 races, 5 races, something like that to do. And I just imagine the night is the same. And I'm not even going to accelerate. Oh look, they're still coming across the thing as well. That was good. Am I bored of editing as well? This one is actually starting to go down. I've got all of the files so far all synced to the Sony camera. So all that's done. I've got one left to export, which is Dwarves, and then all of the files for the Sony merge will be exported. I've just got to transcode the gameplay to a constant frame rate, and I can start editing. Which is great, because I'm finally starting to find my groove. Like, I can sync all of the video files with the microphone audio from the stream recording. I can sync them in 20 minutes for a 4-hour stream, which is just great. Because that means that I'm saving a load of time. And then what I've been doing is I've been syncing them on the game PC, putting them on an external hard drive to move over to the streaming system, and just rendering them out over there. And that's meant I can carry on syncing them up on the game system. So now we're at the point where the game system can now start editing a couple of videos that I already have the transcoded footage for, while the stream system can hold on a minute. There we go. Yeah, so the stream system can be transcoding other gameplay. So it'll be on the Far Cry stream from 2 weeks ago now, is where I've transcoded up to. So it can start doing that while I edit the rest of those streams. I'm sorry, but the map told me I was supposed to turn earlier than that. Just watch the map. You'd turn now, wouldn't you? Not a few seconds later. It's an awful map. The map itself is good. Having a waypoint is great. And a line that sort of shows you only what's remaining of your lap. Brilliant. the way the markers work on it, like that marker just looked like it wasn't on the track. Instead of being in the center of the road. This one's off to the left-hand side. Even though that's the start-finish line. It feels like someone's made a Need for Speed game who shouldn't have made a Need for Speed game. If that makes sense. Like one of those knockoff games. Like it's only one of those good ones. It's still a great game. But it's not quite what you wanted. See, what I'd do if I was EA was, even though Need for Speed Carbon wasn't your greatest hit, I'd get my inspiration from that. Because that one only didn't do as well because it was always living up. It was so close to Underground 2's release that it was still in the shadow of it. And the same with Most Wanted. For me, Most Wanted is a better game than Underground 2. It improved the handling without breaking drifting. It added more customization. It added more variety in the soundtrack. And whilst it removed a couple of features from races like SUVs, it made up for it. But if you take Most Wanted, as in original Most Wanted, proper Most Wanted, and add in a bit more neon and a bit more of the underground styling in parts and stuff like that. You know, part selection, things of that nature. As well as adding in the auto mod thing from Need for Speed Carbon. Right there, you have the best game. Obviously change the cars. Change the cars for new cars. You know, like this one, like add classic cars and everything up to Teslas. Well, that feature set would be guaranteed winner. Keep wondering why whenever the audio goes to the right of the screen it goes quiet, but that's because I've got the earphone in, haven't I? I'm just like, why is this one quiet? Like, oh yeah, that'll be why. Oh, he looks like he's on fire. Oh, well, what a shame. Oh. Oh, hello to you as well, officer. Bellend. Right. I think that's the last day event, isn't it? So to unlock safe house things, it seems that I have to go into them. Okay. Because I have passed a bunch of them, but they don't seem to be unlocked on the map. They still have a padlock. And also, why in a town that's supposed to be built on racing and centered on racing is there only one car dealership? It's a monopoly. Only a really crap monopoly where he just bought Mayfair and no other board space exists. That's where I'm going. Oh, it's a 200 one again. So we're only 6 above our recommended. Let's see how we do. God, my car is ruined. Although not as ruined as most of them get. And go. Hey, look, Subaru. And a fake Subaru. See, I thought the car looked familiar, but then the stance of it with that camber on the wheels was just ridiculous. Made it look awful. The BRZ you can't ruin. It's already crap. Oh mio. I just need this guy to like crash or something. See, again, a little bit of NOS there would have been perfect to just kick it out. Ooh, just got that checkpoint, didn't I? Corner cutting. Almost went badly. See, the problem is, even if I let go of it for a split second to slow down before a corner, it initiates a drift every time. There you go, that's what I was talking about with the reflections as well. Oh, gonna. Ah! I was right on him then. Also, this guy is so close, his marker didn't even show up on the map. I didn't know he was there. Okay, come on. We're gonna catch him. Like, just then, all I wanted to do was ease off just slightly so I could go around that corner easily. Instead, he decided to start drifting it. No! No! We've got him! No. Behave. Right, come on. We're just going to go for the old smasheroo, I think. Here we go. No, no. Ass. Ass. Get back. No, no. Ugh. We're not finishing third. Not when we were in first on that last corner. That's not happening. Not okay with that. Okay. I'm fairly sure there's no bonus in this for drafting, unlike at Talladega. Someone should probably tell these two that. Hey, Gunner's not in this one. I thought the cars were different. Come on. I had that one then. So yeah, we've got like 3 cars that I want to buy in this. Before I make my way down to like Mitsubishi and stuff like that. So I'm going to buy... Obviously I'm going to get both of the Subarus. Both the 2010 version and, you know, the full sedan version. Which I can't remember which year it is in this. I don't think it's a 2002. Might be a 2016 one. when they brought the body back. We're going to get those two. But I also want there's a Ford Focus RS, so we're going to get that as well. Oh, we've carved out a nice little corner in that, haven't we? Now if I could just catch this guy up, slam him into a wall, then we'd be okay. Come on. Come on. Look, this is what annoys me about AI drivers. You can see that it doesn't matter what the car does. It's always flat going round corners on a set sort of track. Like Scale Electric's car. Whereas we have like body roll and whatever we do sort of affects the way the car goes. Whereas them, just watch, when they go on a different surface, they don't move, they don't slow down. Whereas we do as soon as we hit like grass or something. We slow right down. Oh, we caught him again. And look, our drift seems to take a lot of... It seems to take a lot of speed away from us. Whereas when they drift, it takes nothing. They just sort of carry on at the same speed at the ends of the drift. And it's not about, like, managing the drift or anything. It's exactly the same drift. But for some reason, ours takes off speed and time. Theirs doesn't. And like I say, that's frustrating. Because why have it where if I do this to get around a corner, so I ease off for this corner, tap it, and it's a drift. Because that's how you initiate a drift, by letting go and tapping on it again. Why have that as the thing when it just does that? I want to slow down for a corner. What I don't want is to have it drift around a corner if that's going to cost me time. Why would I? And I've just realised there's a rocket over there. I noticed this area was very sort of Tesla inspired and SpaceX-y. But I didn't realise there was actually a rocket. There's a shirt, there's a jacket in this that is... Come on. Yeah, there's a jacket in this with a NASA logo on it. And I'm like, oh great, maybe we can get a NASA t-shirt. No. I always wanted a free camera as well. There's a billboard as well.
Maybe I am.
You sound way too chill.
I'm just taking a break.
Uh-huh.
What you come to this town for, the weather?
Blah, 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 blah.
Speed racing.
How are you and Lucas even related?
Always be racing my ass.
Get for speed. Luca got his soccer wrenches.
I'm sure he's pretty quick at fitting an air filter.
Yeah, he can do it in his sleep.
Jesus.
So boring.
See what I mean about her? It's just very, very generic and... Yeah, I'm good at things and stuff. It's like, ugh. Sure. Sure you are. Great, good for you. I'm very pleased for you. can we do anything with this yet? Nope. 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 Come on, no. There was a part of me hoping for pro parts on that one. There are no pro parts on that one. That's a shame. Chassis, can't do anything with it. That one, no. Actually, can we change the engine yet? What level's that? Level 23, we're level 10 and a half. That's really annoying. Oh. Right, okay. I guess we should probably go back out then. We'll keep that one. No, we'll switch to that because we're going to do it. We're going to go out at night now. Mainly because if we go out at night, we'll actually have some races to do. And we're at the point. Yeah, okay, get on with it. Come on. You're loading the same thing on, you're turning the lights off. Yeah, hopefully we've got something to do here now. I know we've got the main mission. Oh, yeah. Plenty. Right. Let's start at the furthest away one and work our way back to the city where we can do the main mission. I think that sounds like a good plan. And to be honest, it better sound like a good plan because it's the one I'm doing. It just is. That I like. Using the D-pad to control your objectives. And you can keep them up there as long as you want. Pressing up and down switches which objectives you get to read. It's a very nice touch. Oh, driving oncoming lane for 15 seconds. It's going to half my speed a little bit because I don't know how long this road is. There we go. Yeah, so far this is actually a quite fun game. Just there are a couple of things that I'd tweak if I was EA or Ghost. And it'd probably be a perfect game. It would definitely be the best Need for Speed game to date in the modern era. I know that's not really saying much, is it? That's like, you know. But like I say, it is quite a good one. And the map isn't overly large either. Like, that looked like it was a long way away, that marker, from where we started. But it really wasn't. I can hear. I live on a road, of course I hear people. But my point is, I hear people being idiots. And that annoys me. Groups of people being idiots. Again, this is why I don't play multiplayer games. Or at least this is why I don't play them online. Instead I play them with bots. At least, though, this versus F1, at least you can bump into people on this. That's a good thing. Much better than F1 where you give him a little bit of a tap, let him know you're next to him, and he starts crying. And gets race control on the line. In this, I've driven people straight off. I did it earlier, didn't I? I've driven people off the track. It's just how it goes. So on the highlighty, edity side of things, I'm getting better. Yay, I think. Like I say, I'm sort of figuring out my process of getting videos ready to edit. But oops, it is. Yeah, I've sort of got my process together now for how to get things ready to edit. Editing's still a challenge for me. But again, as I said, like, well, actually, as I always say in every stream, I've never been taught how to edit. I've never been taught how to use Premiere Pro or any video editor. So I'm learning all of this and researching on the fly. As I need to know something, that's when I'm searching for it and going, why is it doing this? What can I do to make this bit work better? How can I do that? Which is how I learned about proxy files. And the fact that if I use a lower resolution proxy file, it's okay. I don't need to replace it with a mezzanine codec and edit just using that. I can use a proxy file instead. I don't need the proxy to be as high res as the original because it subs out for the original on export. Which again, really cool feature. But for some contrast, Adobe's not very good with errors. And by that I don't mean they have lots of bugs and errors, because we all know they do. Premiere crashes, what, once every 2 hours when I'm using it? But that just means you save your work regular. And you get in that habit. What I mean by that is, when it crashes, it won't give you a good error code, it won't give you any information related to it. Right, that one goes for miles. That's a circuit. We'll do that. I'm trying to find the ones that keep us in this area. Yeah, so it won't give you that much information about your errors, which is frustrating because you'd like to know. Because if you know what the error is and why it's doing it, you can fix the problem. If it's just a generic error with no real explanation for it, how are you meant to fix that? How are you meant to diagnose and fix an unknown error? Oh, okay. Okay, the voices are in this scene. That's weird. It's mainly weird because I didn't hear it earlier on the actual speakers in the room. Okay, we're good. What time is it? 1:15. Well, I know I did used to turn off the like FPS thing in the top right corner. I used to turn it off. I don't anymore because I want to show just what FPS I'm playing with and sort of the capability of this system at 4K. Because people seem to think you have to have the best of the best to play at 4K. And you don't. Like, as it stands, everything in this system is a generation old, computer-wise. We're talking GTX graphics, we're talking 2000 series Ryzen, so second generation. Like, nothing is brand new. Well, I mean, it's new. Don't get me wrong, it's not used hardware, but nothing is the newest version. It's not got an RTX graphics card. It's not on a 3000 series processor. Yeah, it's playing Need for Speed Heat at about 40 frames a second on average, I'd say. At 4K with almost everything turned up to full. And even when everything is turned up to full, you're still getting between 35 and 40 FPS. So if you had VSync on and you were playing at 30 FPS, then you would be completely fine at 4K. I leave my screen at 60 Hz just so that I can sort of see the performance that I can get from it. The point is, if you were playing at 30 Hz, you would not notice anything wrong with this. Because it's playing smooth. It's consistently over 30. Like, we dipped them, but that was only to 35. And most of the components, like I say, you can now pick up on the cheap. Compared to new components. So the processor in it is a 2700X. It's a 2700X, and you can get them for, I think I got mine for about 200, something like that, on Amazon, brand new. So add in a £60 motherboard, put in about, I'd say for an equivalent card even, you're looking 300 or 400, 350 call it. So does that put us to about 500 quid, 16 gigs of RAM. So you're looking at another, we'll call that 100 just cause. So I reckon for 700 quid you could put this system together. If you were willing to have like a second-hand graphics card to get a GTX 1080. But in all fairness, for £400 I've seen GTX 1080 Ti's listed on eBay as working, so you know, it's definitely possible to put maybe even a better system together and have 4K gaming at what not even 2 generations ago would have been considered smooth gameplay. There you go. There's some slowdowns for you. Just as the game realizes that we're in a police chase and has to load in those assets. But again, that's another thing where you have to remember it's running on a normal hard drive as well. So, put that on an SSD, would we get that slowdown? I don't know. Maybe I'll test it when I get a 1TB PCIe SSD for this thing. Which is what I plan on doing. Oh. Go on, police car. Get him. And then come back and get second place. I like that. I do like that. The police ignored me, went for first place. Whereas normally, it seems like the police only ever want you as the player. Whoops. That was not what I meant to do. Yeah, it usually feels like they only want the player and not everyone in the race. Most Wanted was good for that. Original Most Wanted. Where they sort of send enough police out to the point where everyone in the race would have a police car behind them. I'm sorry, but the reflections in this are just amazing. It is a very, very pretty game. The only thing I would say so far is it is not worth the full list price. Definitely. I don't know where EA have got their pricing from. But wherever it is, they need to put it back and get some new pricing. Because they seem to be overpricing their products constantly. Okay. What are we close to? Ah, we can unlock that. Let's do that. Did we unlock? Yeah, okay, so you have to go in them to unlock them. Okay, they should probably have told me that. That'd be a nice thing to understand. Well, he's just being a bit of a dick, innit? Yeah, it'd probably have been nice for him to say, to unlock a garage, go into it. Just saying.
Not a bad night's work.
You say that, but we're going back out. What have we unlocked? Okay. Nice. No thanks. Does it? Oh, what are they? Oh, everything. Pro Plus. That upgrades me. We'll have some of that. We'll have some of that. That does 0.1 to the acceleration. We'll take it. Same to the power. We'll have that. Okay. You still don't help. Aha. 2, 3. Will. Oh, actually. That's a good question. Oh, so that's a. We want 6. It's not a good question. We want the 6. Okay, none of them do anything for us. That doesn't. Oh, they do. So do they. So what do we want? Do we want race tires? Or track tires? We'll have track tires. Drivetrain. Hey, we've still got over 100 grand as well. That's good. There you go, that one does it. I am just buying everything that increases things. Right. Back to the night. Oh, I am. I'm pleased with that. That needs to be closed on my phone. That needs to be open on my phone. There we go. I had eBay open because there's a couple of things that are going to finish in the next couple of hours. Actually, in the next hour. Which is part of the reason why this is going to be a fairly short-ish stream. My plan is to do this stream, then go and start boxing the things that sell. And get some money so I can buy an SSD for this PC. So the operating system's on an SSD. The only thing that isn't is the game drive, because it's a capacity drive. So I've got 2 terabytes of storage just for games. And then it's got another 1 terabyte drive in, which is for editing from, which is actually quite slow. I didn't realise it was a slow drive when I put it in, because it's one of the ones that have been living in a drawer for a few years. So you don't really trust it with valuable data, but stuff that you've backed up on the vault anyway isn't that bad. I'm trying to get all this street art stuff when I see it. Just because it seems like if I get all of them, there's a car in it for me. So yeah, one of the ways that you can tell even EA are in love with the original Most Wanted is the fact that what car do they put in every Most Wanted game? It's that white BMW with the blue stripes every time. And I'm sure it's not just a nod to Paul Walker. But they put it in every single one. And for this, what do you get when you complete all of the races in the game? You complete the game and you get that BMW. Oh, that actually does something now. That's good. Okay, another improvement I just thought of. They need to bring back the fact that when you do stuff like drive on the wrong side of the road, bump into someone, drift, do like drift variations, it builds up your NOS meter quicker. Oh shit. Oh, now we're talking. Now it's a Need for Speed game. Also, before the stream, this controller kept on disconnecting every couple of minutes. Well, not disconnecting, but the latency would go too high. I've got it set so that anything over 1 millisecond of latency on the controller will sort of flash it up as red on the touch bar, because that's when you feel the input lag. And it's not done it yet because, and I don't know why it took me this long to figure out, I've run an USB extension under the desk and I now have the Bluetooth dongle at the back of the desk that I set up. I don't know why it's taken me this long to figure out that I could do that. But I've just moved the dongle closer to me, because it's one of those cheap ones from Amazon, like a few pounds. So it's not got the most powerful transmitter on it. So like, if where it is on this case, on the old case it was on the top, and that was fine. On this case, which is a Corsair case, it's actually on the right hand side of the case, which is the other side to where I'm sat. So it's further away and blocked by this metal and glass of the case. And that seems to be enough to introduce a lot of latency issues. Whereas now it's in front of me on the desk. Same place as the audio interface, actually. Now it's there. Nothing. It's just like I'm playing on any console. And this thing, I used to be a massive console gamer. Even though I got a PC first. But it was the ease of use. I didn't have to change settings. Didn't have to do anything. I just put a disc in the front of it and pressed go. And I was playing a game. That's all you had to do. And I feel like now where I'm at with this computer is almost the same place. Where all I have to do... Oh, there's another event right in front of me. All I have to do is, like, plug this in. Plug the computer in. Press the PlayStation button. And I'm set up. I've got a controller. I've got, you know, games all installed. You just press go. And you're good. It's almost at the same ease of use as back when I was always playing on the consoles. And I think a lot of it actually has to do with software as well. So things like, I think mainly the Steam store and the Steam app. The fact that spent so long dialing in the right sort of settings and making it work perfectly so that every other store could copy them. I think that helped a lot. Oh shit. Can you not chase me, please? Especially at 25 frames a second. Okay, it seems to be the police cars when we're in a race that are buggering me up at the minute. FPS wise. Which is weird. Okay, buddy. I need to get onto this straight away. So another game that I'm going to play in the same sort of way and review at the same time is NASCAR Heat 5. It is downloaded. I need to install the wheel though, which is why I'm not playing it now. And I want to see if we can put our mods in. Uh-huh. Oh, I just saw that cop get taken out at the side of my screen. Here we go. Oh, it was a lap. Oh. Well, that's a turn up, innit? I thought it was a sprint. Probably because it was going on for so long, but... Okay, there's a cop car parked back in the same place. Yep, he saw me even though I went behind him. Okay. What gets me is you're a cop who decided to park in the same bloody lay-by. Like, show a bit of imagination. Act like you're filling up your car or something. And up. And down. Yeah, so one thing is I'm looking forward to Dirt 5 coming out now. I've decided to embrace the fact that it's got the wrong name and that it's not really a Dirt game. It's more a Dirt Showdown game. I'm just going to embrace that. but I'm mainly looking forward to it because it's a new Dirt. It's a new Dirt game, and you know, I enjoy Dirt games.
Hey, it's Anna. Watch yourself out there. I hear the cops are wrapping it up.
Oh yeah, that's another one. That's another thing. And they've still not changed it. And I don't know how many years people have been moaning about it, but the speed with which that busting bar fills up seems incredibly unreasonable. Look, I'm moving forwards at least 50 miles an hour. It's like, really? I think that's a helicopter in front of me. I don't want to go near that. What I do want, though, is either... Right, the nearest garage is there, but there's also a race. Right, tell you what. If we go in the... Oh. Yeah, if we just go for the race. I think. Why not? If we go for that, go in the garage, come back out of the garage. I think that ends the night and then starts the next one. Go. I've lost too much speed. I've lost too much speed. Should have saved the NOS. Oh no, I had enough speed. Oh, I've ruined that. Hasselhoff is gonna be pissed. Oh no, there are police on the beach. On the plus side, I can just work my ass over here. Do that. Okay. I'm gonna be very quiet. Just gonna sneak. We're in stealth mode now. We're okay. I think we can just like go. Get in. In.
One step at a time, huh?
Did we unlock anything? Yes, we did. A Mercury Cougar, fake Subaru, Nissan. Oh! Oh, you can scroll, can you? Well, that would be nice to know earlier.
How's that
Wait,
car treating
weird
you?
noise.
Still in one piece.
Okay. Alright. I'm not going to activate either of those. I'm just going to do this. Let's do this, actually. Let's go and do the main mission. I forgot. About 20-ish minutes. And I'll wrap up. Amazingly, I actually got to go a day without doing any editing either. Don't care about your districts. Like, I can actually go and do the mission now. Yeah, so for the last week I've had to like edit constantly the day before things come out and like hustle to get things ready for it. Whereas now I'm sort of prepared and I've got all of the files I need to edit next week's videos. I just need to make proxies of them when I come to edit each video. So what I do, especially when I'm editing on a different system to exporting, I'll create the proxies and I'll just have them on the system I'm editing on. And then I'll delete them when I switch it over to the system to export. Because there's no need for them really. But yeah.
You better be ready for this.
Hello to you too.
Just follow me.
Oh, this is another thing that bugs me. This follow me nonsense. No, because number one, you don't drive fast enough. Number two, you're a pain in the backside. Look, I'm not accelerating, and we were still outperforming. This is like Red Dead Redemption when you have to follow someone on horseback. A GTA when you're walking around with them. You're just like, come on, get on with it.
Let's hope so.
Come on. Come on.
So, the Speed Boys.
Like, tell me all this in a cutscene that I can skip. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that, but it shows you how fast we are compared to her. Oh, you're trying to turn, are you? Okay. Then let's go this way. I'm just gonna I'm not even gonna put any pressure on the throttle.
They're the ranking crew, so they got to pick the route. And Kenny ain't the kind of guy to make life easy.
And we're still keeping up with her.
So expect unpleasant surprises.
Oh, you're turning.
Swing left.
That was right. Do you mean left now?
There they are.
Couldn't you just given me a marker and said I'll meet you there? I've just killed them all. I just crashed into everyone there. And that serves them all right. Okay. I don't care about anything that you're saying. I just want to do the driving. And go. Bye bye. Yeah, if we could get rid of those stupid sections as well, that'd be brilliant, EA. Nobody likes them in games where you're on foot. No one likes them in games where you're in on a horse. Not in a horse. And no one likes them when you're driving. If they want to have a conversation while you're driving, get inside the car and have a conversation and I'll drive us there at speed. Otherwise, you're on the phone to me anyway, because you're in a different car. So I have no reason to stay near you. Tell me where we're going, I'll meet you there. And up and down. And also these absolutely non-witty one-liners that these other racers come out with do my absolute nutting. Like they'll say, "Oh, I'm right behind you." And you're like, "No, you're not. You're nowhere near." What you're looking at is second place is about half a mile away from me.
And trashy just how you like it.
And second place, normally, if it's anyone other than that woman, because she's supposed to be on your team and we're all against the other guys, for some reason, I don't know. Look, I ain't just gonna roll over. Well, you're not even in second. And second place is quickly approaching a mile behind me. So, you know. And I win.
Just wrote your name in lights.
Did I? Because I felt like it was a bit easy. And yeah, I know I've waited quite a while to do that mission, but... By the way, that noise the ka-ching noise is eBay on my phone. Because like I say, there's about 30-ish, 40-ish minutes left on a couple of the auctions. So people are going to start bidding now. Do you have other clothes? Okay. Oh, you're sure?
Vera, is your vehicle?
Yes. Is there a problem, officer?
Yeah, she's been wearing the same clothes for at least 5 nights. I know the guy has, but like the protagonist always seems to wear the same clothes.
Ice front.
Well, stop walking behind us then.
I got the power.
It's very rude.
Pound it. Where you been tonight?
We were just here.
You, ID.
ID, please.
Dipshit.
So this Shaw fella, he was in another one, wasn't he? He was in another Need for Speed.
Where is he?
Who was the one who was in? It's the one that says police on the side.
Maybe I impounded the wrong one.
Yeah, maybe you did. But you're not going to impound a police car, are you? See, I was smart.
Why do you need the keys?
Cross. Was it Cross who was in
We crushed it. I think it's
Carbon?
might be less.
And Most Wanted, I think, as well. The original Most Wanted. The good Most Wanted. Every time I see Kappa, I'm just reminded of work, so... Yep, I'll... Oh, good. Oh, look, you're in my car. You do know how to get in my car, don't you? So next time we're going somewhere, how about this? You get in my car and let me drive. This is a game about driving, not going very slowly. And, like, listening to someone babble on.
Someone wants to try me? Sure, bring it on. Let's go. But as soon as they say stuff about the vehicle, Mion, they got the power.
Wow, you did not live far. You could have walked.
I'll catch you later. Thanks for the ride.
We're not there yet. I had the feeling she was just going to get out and walk for it. Like, oh, okay. So that's that mission. Although, actually, if her car's impounded, that means that she can't drive in front of me now.
Just when it appeared the street racing problem might be under control, late last
At least he's got his COVID mask on.
the street and caused
It's nice of him.
thousands of dollars in property damage, leaving many to fear what will happen next.
Yeah, I don't care. Oh, they did loads of damage. Yeah. And? Have you got any more upgrades for me? No. Okay. Okay, to the map. So if we got this one there. Why are you locked? What do you need? Oh, are you locked? You might be locked. Why is it locked? Okay, there's one race there. 2 races. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do the day. And then we'll call it, unfortunately. Aye. It's like I say, this is like a trial of sort of reviewing one on the fly. Because this is the first time I've properly played it. As I say, I got the vehicle ready. Yeah, I just want to see what that... Okay, we're not doing that yet. We're doing that second. It's an oval. We'll end this in NASCAR style. We'll do this. And then we'll see if that main mission is available. Then we'll do the oval. Then we'll call it quits. But yeah, I got the car ready. And somehow got us to level 10. Well, that was all I've done off stream. And that was earlier today as well, anyway. While I was waiting for a couple of things to export. I feel like I don't mind this finding out what games like on stream thing. Quite good. Because I played just enough to know what issues I had with the game coming into this. So I could see how they performed like during the rest of the game, if, you know, for an extended play period. If they were annoying or if you get used to them. Get out. But I don't think the issues it has are enough to make it a bad game. I still think it's a good game with questionable execution, is how I'd describe it. And I think that's how best to describe it. And you can still feel that Burnout influence in there. Things like the billboards and stuff like that. And all the collectibles. I don't remember going around Rockport in Most Wanted looking for flamingos. Yes, it is a good game. I'll give them that. They've made a good game here. And it is a Need for Speed game. Which is something I've not been able to say for a long time. The map is large, but not too large, and actually feels utilised, unlike in Just Cause, and unlike in Need for Speed, the one before this, that I've forgotten the name of. On the Run. No, The Run. Were it? Or was that the one that Brian Tyler scored? Anyway, whatever it is, the game before this one, that had a map that was incredibly large, but too large. So going from the town to your airfield home base felt like a chore more than like something pleasurable to do. Going up to the hill, the mountain area, was just a pain in the backside to get to. As you're traveling through like nothing for most of it. This game is large, but you are going places, you are constantly going there. And it's not too big where it becomes a monotonous journey. And I've always said, like, a well-designed mid-sized map is a lot better than having a really large map for the sake of having a large map. And going, oh, look at how much space you can drive around in. Yeah, but is there anything to see or do in that large space that I can drive around in? No. Then what's the point? I'm going to get bored of driving a car in an empty desert. Like I just am. This seems to change every 5 minutes, from driving in mountains to driving in the city to driving down a beach, side roads. I do like it. From what I've seen of customization, that could be expanded, but not necessarily in the way that everyone expects. I'd expand it in the Need for Speed Carbon way of having that auto mod system where you have a couple of fenders designed by the people at EA and you have customizable sections on them. So for the front bumper you'd have like a customizable grille size, fin density, fin angle as well. That could be done. But I think that's how I'd do it. Because that way you can make whatever you want. If they create 5 generic parts and say customize them how you want, then you can make any part you want. And you can make it look exactly how you want the car to look. And I understand it'd be really difficult in the same way Rockstar never allowed you to eat and get fat or build muscle or anything like that, because it'd just look a bit janky if they didn't wholeheartedly go for it on the modern systems. But I think it'd be worth the time, because if you added that, nobody could legitimately complain about a lack of customization when you have given them the ability to create anything that they want. And if someone did complain about it, all EA have to do is have someone from their team go home that night and create whatever that person was complaining about not being in the game. They go home, they create that, they take a photo of it and say, there you go, that's it in the game. Created using the tools that we provided you with. Just in the sense of, if you spent less time moaning about it not being in the game, you could have made it be in the game yourself. But yeah, a map this size, the auto mod type customization, and yeah, slow down that busted bar a little bit. I'm trying to skip. Slow down the busted bar. Change the soundtrack to actually include a little bit of something for everyone, as opposed to just 2 generic styles.
Okay, let's give it some gas. You want to hit corners with speed.
Okay, I know.
Drift, slam on the gas once and steer, then back on the gas quick to maintain.
No, that's not how you do it.
You're drifting. That's it. Okay, nice. Now try and hold those grips. Steer into the corner and hit the gas for more slide. Steer out and ease off the gas for less.
Yeah, well, give me a decent car then. Instead of this Mazda piece of shite.
You need to hold the drift a little longer. Almost got it.
I can't hold it any longer. You've given me a really slow car.
Nice control. You can do it again?
Oh, I want to punch this man so hard in the face.
Great handling. Try again.
Let me have my car.
Try again. Once the car starts sliding, hold it.
Good, I crashed. Maybe we're all dead in this car now. And these bloody characters. Change the characters. Make them people who aren't absolute assholes constantly. Hey, keep that slide going. I know how to drift. Give me my car. I'll drift for days.
Great handling there. What I like to see. Good.
Oh
Now
no.
let's add some style. Keep your speed up and back out for as long as you can. And if you really want to show off, closer you drive to the barriers, the better.
Yeah, well,
Work on that
it'd be great if you'd given me... Right, this needs changing. The drift needs to be back to the handbrake. Where tapping the handbrake initiates the drift. That one was done with the handbrake. See, you can link them if you use the handbrake.
crowd's over. How about you go around this track for real now?
Sure. Anything to get you out of the car and not talking to me.
Slam on the gas to initiate. Then steering and control.
Die. Please.
What you got? Solid handling. I'm liking your style.
If there was a way in the settings to turn off that sort of drift initiation with the accelerator, that would be enough for me.
Sure know how to handle that thing.
Yeah, I do when you're not in the car. Just, that'd be enough because then I'd be able to
Smashing it out there.
just use the handbrake for it and I'd be able to ease off the accelerator. I'd be able to ease off the accelerator enough to where I can, you know, actually get around corners.
Damn shame that had to end.
Come on.
You're smashing it out there.
See, if you let me just use the brakes and stuff. Then I'm fine with it. Like that there is a mixture between accelerator, brake, and handbrake. You say bad luck.
I was expecting you to be good. That's got me worried.
Should have him worried. The main thing he should be worried about is that I'm going to run him over next time I see him out of his car. Because he's a bloody ass. Right, I was trying.
I'm gonna swing by the garage and reuse some new tires. I want to see what you can do with the proper gear.
Great.
No problem. I do up when I'm ready.
Okay, just for the sake of my own sanity, let me try and remember the course and do it in this car as it's set up now. Okay. It would seem that my modifications have actually added grip. Where do I need to be to get that? Oh, I've crashed. Here. Is it? Sure. Oh, I think I got it. Did I? Yes! I got it. Yeah, so by mixing the handbrake and the standard floor brake, foot brake thing, brake pedal, you stand a better chance of drifting in this game. Is it in here? I'm looking for that flamingo thing, so I know what I'm looking for. There it is. Yeah, screw you, stupid flamingo. It's weird how all these Sims reference, like, things keep on coming around. That's a very Sims thing to do. Have a flamingo that you destroy. Okay. That's where we're going. We're going to go and do that. And then I'm going to call it because those auctions are going to end very soon. And I need to watch them and see what's happening on them. Like most people on eBay wouldn't. But I like to make sure that if nothing else, the people who are bidding on the item are actually able to be shipped to. Because people do have a tendency to just bid on things from other countries, and I can't offer shipping for the items when they're like computers to other countries. It just costs too much. Right, so he's just rung us to start moaning that the police were looking around his shop for a reason to shut him down. And that by me gaining attention, something he pushed for, gaining attention in the legal day racing scene, has garnered a lot of attention, therefore bringing heat down on him and them looking for a way to shut him down. They being the police. Now, it was his idea to race in the day. I did that. I gained attention. And now he's moaning at me. And then when I say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring any heat on you, he goes, oh, don't worry, forget about it. Well, why'd you bring it up if you want me to forget about it, you idiot? If you want me to forget it, just don't bring it up. Ah, flamingo! That was almost perfect. Hey, it made a little... Walk. Fair enough. Got ya. Go. Right. Let's do this. Go. The only issue with eBay is that instead of people putting the maximum bid in and just sort of leaving it there and being like, this is my maximum bid, I can't go any higher than this. You know, like, eBay is a relaxed auction, is how I'd describe it. Whereas an auction, you have to be there in the moment bidding. eBay, you can sort of bid and forget. Bid a week in advance. Put the highest you're willing to pay, and then just leave it. People don't see it like that. People don't use it like that. I do. I put the most I can pay for an item, and then just leave it. If I get outbid, then, you know, I've already put the most I can pay for an item, so I'm not exactly going to pay more than that. So I'd have only bid up to that amount anyway. But instead, people wait until the last second. And so, as a seller, that's really frustrating. Because you want to start working out shipping options based on how much they're paying for the item. Like if you can afford to get it there to them quicker. Because they've paid more than you expected for the item. And you like to know roughly how much you're going to have to pay for eBay and PayPal fees as well. So it's like, just put your maximum bid in and then leave it. Unless you're willing to like come back on the day of the auction, of the day it finishes, and raise your maximum bid. Like, that's fine. If someone outbids you at the last minute and you choose to raise, that's completely fine. But in the meantime, how about you put your maximum bids in and we let the people who are doing the auctions and the sellers start working out their costs. Because for me, I have to transfer the money into my accounts so that I've got the money there ready to sell, ready to pay eBay. They don't like having it outstanding. Oh, by the way, we won that race. As you'd expect. The guy who literally has a series called Buggity or Bust just won a race on an oval. Go figure. But that is going to do it. Let's go in the garage. How do I get out of this place? It's over here, isn't it? There. That is actually a really well made oval.
Hey,
So, what's up?
not much. You okay?
Yeah,
Miss having wheels, huh?
you have no idea. I literally have.
Yeah, okay, I don't care about you not having a car. It's the greatest thing that's happened in this game so far.
He introduced you to the mystical art of drifting?
Well, there you go. So, that is going to do it for this one. Mainly because I actually have to go and try and earn some money. Go figure. So yeah, that's a really good game. Need for Speed Heat is not worth the amount they currently charge for it. Don't get it yet, but do get it. Get it in a few months. Get it in a few months when the price comes down enough so that it's not extortionately expensive. And you'll probably be able to pick up like one of the special editions on the cheap, then it'll be worth the money. EA charge too much for games off the bat, especially now that everything's gone digital only. There's no need for it at all to be as expensive as it is. But yeah, it is worth paying money for. Definitely do it. Definitely buy it when it's on offer. The map is the right size. The handling you do get used to. The vinyl customization is actually quite good this time round. It's a lot easier to use, whereas I found it difficult in the last few games. Downsides are the map is misleading. People won't stop talking to you while you're driving, and they keep saying the same shit over and over. What else is there? The driving sections where you're driving next to someone are a pain in the backside. The cutscenes are just silly and seem to tank FPS. And pretty much everything else I said in this video. But the thing is, I guess I should say, would I recommend it? Yes, when it's cheaper. It is the first proper Need for Speed game that's actually felt refined to a Need for Speed level. Whereas the last ones have sort of been generic, this one actually feels like it's been refined to that Need for Speed level, where they're finally getting back on track. A couple more customization options won't go amiss. Customization in the form of Underground 2, but I don't mean that necessarily just aesthetically. What I mean by that is engines from different manufacturers, exhausts from different manufacturers. Instead of this like pro tier drivetrain, how about we get a branded drivetrain and just have different brands with different ratings on it? Like, you can have multiple products from the same brand and have them perform differently. So you're not going to insult a company by having theirs as the cheap version, and then later on they're going to be the expensive version anyway. But yeah, upgrades in that sense, like in Underground 2, where you choose which company parts you wanted. So then when you put vinyls on the side of your car, you can actually have, like, I am running a baller exhaust. Like, that's fine, and just have that on the side of the car. But yeah, like, things like, just little things. A little bit more tightening up is needed. And then it'll be an actual Need for Speed game, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, anyway, outro time. So, as always, we are live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 4 PM UK time. Highlights go up on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. What else is there? You can follow us, just bear with me. TV's trying to turn itself off. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. The Discord server is up, come join us on that. And yeah, that'll do it. So until next time, thank you for watching, thank you for joining, and I will see you in a biz. Goodbye.